Of course, you know, I was just thinking about. I'm not saying none of them have a preamble that give you a general world building, a very general sense, but like telling you what's going on before it starts is very un-Final Fantasy.
It is. Hey everyone, this is John.
This is Nerd Leader.
And it is super bright behind me. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, it's like it kind of is going on outside. That's an appropriate way of talking about it.
So here we are, finally. I finally got it. I finally got the stupid game in the mail. This is what all the hypes we've been hyping, so we're gonna start here.
There is so much to tell. Where should I even start? With all that we saw, what we heard, this planet of ours, destiny, our part in it.
Now this sounds like the voice actor for Sephiroth, but I think it's the voice actor for Vincent.
I thought it was Red 13. So it
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like to me.
yeah, that's right. That is.
I mean, he's the survivor, right?
He is. You're right.
We drained the planet of its very essence, the life stream, and processed it for industry as Mako.
I don't know. It just sounded like the Sephiroth voice actor, but at a like higher register.
For all I know, they're all voice acted by the same dude.
Well, according to industry standards and pay rates, they probably are.
Those who could rose up in her defense. The anti-Shinra rebels, Avalanche. Among them, Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier hired by the Resistance to destroy Reactor 1. In Sector 8, amidst the aftermath of the attack, Cloud met a flower seller named Aerith. She offered him a yellow blossom. One said to symbolize...
I don't know if that was an important part of the recap, but okay.
The color of the flower is super important.
With Reactor 1 gone, Avalanche set their sights on Mako Reactor 5. Unfortunately,
They didn't go in numeral order.
Of course, now I'm wondering if it's reading your save file for the first game. It's like, since I played it last, they're going to be like, and he did not impress Jesse on the bike.
Don't worry, I didn't either.
Though dear friends were lost, Avalanche had no time to grieve. Aerith had struck a deal with Shinra, who took her into custody. With her capture, Shinra's obsession was within reach. The fabled Promised Land. For Aerith was the last of the Cetra, the ancient stewards of the planet. And only she could guide them to paradise. However, the team infiltrated the Shinra building, the company's beating heart. It was here that I, another prisoner, joined their story and assisted them in freeing Aerith.
Just thinking, is Red 13 the kind of like animal who someone's like, I'm gonna give him all the pets, and he's like, no, and then as you're petting him, he's laying on his back, no, no.
Don't stop.
Before he could be stopped, Cloud's foe fled with the corpse of Genova, the cataclysm from the stars, and the catalyst of our plight. Eventually, we too made good our escape.
It's interesting that there's some things they showed us in the game that they didn't show us originally that he didn't comment on. Like, it's kind of significant that Sephiroth turned into somebody else when he fell off the building, wasn't it?
Suddenly, deafening screams rent the air. Whispers, the arbiters of fate.
It was about a 10-minute boss fight.
Yeah.
Then he went Kingdom Hearts on us. Opening a door of darkness and turned into a door of light.
That's not the materia I had equipped on Cloud.
He's using the sword I used, though.
Yeah, he is.
The other side of
Because you wouldn't use it.
the whispers undulated within him. Cloud brought his blade down upon his rival, sundering destiny.
He's explaining it more than I understood it.
Of destiny broken. We stood before the unknown.
Those aren't the materia he had in there a minute ago.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like I switched in between the two boss fights.
Beyond where fate could follow, that a new journey began.
Of course, that might be the game subtly hinting that we changed up your materia. So, you know, I have a question of what your opinion on this is. Like, I know that there's a lot of things that, that could easily be argued of, well, the disparity in the story versus what you do in the game is because they don't canonically do this or that. So my question is, if Red 13, this is what made me think of it as him narrating it, if he can't shoot Kamehamehas like he can in combat, and they canonically fought the Proud Claude, how did they win? If they're not actually that powerful, but they literally beat a huge robot that walked up to him, piloted by two people that shooting cannons at him, like...
It's a good question. Let's find out. Okay, that's fine.
I say you want active, right?
Yes, I do, but I wanted to...
Isn't classic... Or I'm thinking of the turn-based stuff.
Yeah.
Is classic more like... No, Final Fantasy Remake 1.
You know, this is on PlayStation 5, and much like Remake, it's on 2 Blu-ray discs.
Oh.
Like... Do I have it here? Yes, I have it right here. Like, bam. This is my copy of it, right? And the play disc is obviously inside the console.
The scene is
but
countless buildings have been leveled. And
I have to wonder
the smoke rising from the
what is
reminiscent of
a complete remake collection going to look like.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises.
I have at one point kind of morosely pictured a collection that only has one of them on it.
The fall of the Sector 7 plate.
You know, like, you know, it's like Final Fantasy IV, the remake of 7-2, you know, like, you know, what, Final Fantasy in Zero or whatever, that one where they're school kids.
Mayor Domino released a statement declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche.
They're like, no, despite the fact you even care about Midgar.
The involvement of Wutai and has begun investigations into the matter.
I am still wondering how much of a quest hub the gate outside of Midgar is going to be.
Holy shit, it's the beginning of the game. This is what Midgar looks like?
Which version of the dog was that? Is this Sack's world or is this our world? Because like, now we're going to an upside down version of it. Yeah, that's the world we left. This is the world we're in, I bet. I don't know how much other world Rufus is going to be a problem, but... Because I only say because they showed the world we started out is... Okay, no, this is his world, okay. But, they, like... Of course, then that means what world are we in? Because we left the other world. We didn't come to this world, did we? Or did we?
You know, this might also just be, like... past events, not current events.
Maybe. Except for your... Well...
Hmm.
Okay, if this is past events, then things have gone seriously different. This never happened in the past. Right here.
By the fall of the Sector 7
Boy, that
Zach
Oh,
never
no.
made it down the hill.
city,
I thought another reactor blew up.
which must have been caused by the tornado.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
Now I'm just picturing eventually doing a triple tech with Zach and 2 clouds.
It's the wreckage of the expressway. Search and rescue operations are already in
Infinity
progress.
slash or something like that.
Yeah.
Have all 3 of them do Omni slash at the same time.
Be pretty badass.
Highly dangerous.
I repeat, if you did
Of course, then it turns out this is all just hyping up Zach so he can wield 2 clouds, both wielding Buster Swords.
The rescue team has pulled people from the rubble. Quick, get the camera off them. Come on, this way.
Contact the SAR team. Targets have been secured. They're exfilling via reload now. Move it. We're taking off.
Is it me, or is there a complete lack of our victims in this rubble and people they're dragging out of it? We killed a lot of people. Where are their bodies?
Yeah.
Of course, it makes me wonder of the Shinra who survived
Excuse me. Could you look
this.
after my friend? Just for a bit. Too much Mako. But he'll be fine.
Hey!
I'm a little confused as to what is happening right now.
In the first game, like literally explained why there's a multiverse.
I know, but we don't need to explore the multiverse is all I'm saying.
Well, I have a feeling this is all leading to shipping Zach with somebody because somebody was like, man, that's really what I wanted to happen back in the 90s, and now they get to.
Fuck that person.
The real question is, who?
Yeah.
It's that boss. Notice that's what that is?
Yeah, it is. Huh. There's more of that boss.
Yep.
That's a nice touch.
Get away from her. He's got a Buster Sword. Terrorist.
Oh. Zack kicks. And punches. Okay, there we go.
If they kill Zach here, I'm really going to be confused with what they're trying to do. I know that's not going to well, I assume that's not going to happen, but like, somehow it's just easy to picture him getting gunned down by a bunch of guys for some reason.
I really wish I had a way of blocking the light from coming in like that. I swear to God, there's another person sitting here.
So you want to be go just T-pose by the window for a while?
Wow.
That went faster than like any better battle ever did in the first one.
Maybe they figured out pacing for this one.
Where's the agent? Heads are gonna
roll if we don't find her. Just shut the hell up and search.
Part of the reason I asked, I was thinking who's left is, who's running Shinra right now? I don't even know what happened in this version of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, something I kind of wonder what they're doing with Sephiroth. Because, like, do you think there's a this version of the world Sephiroth, or that there is just, like, one Sephiroth going around between worlds manipulating people who are full of, like, Genova cells?
I don't know.
You know, kind of like The One. You remember that movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure the explanation would be even more convoluted in this, but, like, you know. Or... We're not gonna get a... No, don't attack him. That Sephiroth's not black.
Alright then.
Are we?
Seeing as we've got the time, wanna tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Sure.
You know, I sat and I watched Dragon Ball Super recently, and it still gets me that line got through.
It all started 5 years
No, I
ago.
just...
Don't
multiverse-
shoot, he's
okay.
not black. Oh my god. Got past writers and producers and
My heart
the
wasn't in it.
actors.
Out of nowhere. The job of a lifetime. Mission. With Sephiroth.
So what'll be more growth-inducing if like after a while, eventually the real bad guy Sephiroth shows up and kills the other Sephiroth, and it's like, now it's time for the real deal. It's time, actually dangerous Sephiroth. Or if eventually you come across cheery Sephiroth and he joins your party because he's just one of the Sephiroths, and he's like, no man, all I want to do is help. I'm mostly concentrated on healing magic.
In my multiverse, I cured cancer.
Sorry.
Alright.
It's like, that's what I use the Genova cells for. Get there, defeat it on a molecular level. In that world, Genova was trying to save the Earth from the ancients. Hojo was the only man of reason in Shinra.
Hey, rein it in. Sorry. How can
Unfortunately, he got murdered by that dastardly Gast.
say? I'd like to be briefed on the mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turks,
I have to
gigs,
say,
you can let me off right here.
this came in sooner than I thought it would. I thought they'd give us, like... I literally thought they'd give us, like...
Call a ceasefire.
If you ran through it fast, like an hour and a half. If you did it in a reasonable manner, like 3 hours a game before you got to this. I'm not kidding. I just thought that's how it would go
So I
down.
could be a hero.
I did too. I thought that there would be some more before this. I'm okay with there not being more, but I think this one's going to be paced differently.
Did the game do anything to establish which Cloud is telling this story?
Fine. Job's a
No.
job, I guess.
Okay.
Other than
I mean,
well, no, the
I
demo.
know that they will, but based on people asking questions. We did mess around with the demo a little bit, but I'm
the
just saying,
demo makes me think it's this world's Cloud,
That's where I grew up.
or
you know, I guess it's our
the
Cloud.
current the current continuity's Cloud.
Well, you mean the one that Cloud is in? Like,
Yeah.
is in, like the one you run around?
Yeah, the one from the last game.
You think? I guess you were saying you've already heard about the, like, do you have everybody you're going to be able to get? Or are you going to be able to get, like, Yuffie before Junin, do you think?
I'll take the other.
So I think the only two characters in this game that are presented that you can't control, that well, I don't know, because obviously this is the first time I've sat with the game.
Oh, yeah. I know you've heard more about it than I have.
I was reading that Vincent and Sid are not going to be controllable, but everyone else, like Kate Sith,
Wait in the truck.
Red 13, and everyone else should be controllable.
Do you think there'll be any option to what used to be you had to hunt down foreign characters? Like, do you think you have to get Yuffie? You have to get Vincent? Or do you think that you have to, like, actually make an effort to talk to Yuffie correctly so she doesn't steal your shit?
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Because technically, if you pay attention to the cutscenes of the original, Yuffie and Vincent are not part of like the canon because they're not there at the end.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
So
Yeah.
I think in this
Well,
they're
okay.
making them canon.
Well, that's part of what I mean. It's like, do you think they would dare to have missable content? That's something I've noticed in a lot of the new waves of games is being like, no, you'll be aware of everything. I mean, something I find disappointing about DLC a lot of the times, and something like, let's say like Fallout, is like you start a new character and it's like, whoa, there's all this shit over there. You instantly know where it is and have like, you know, the markers for it. And it's like, bro, put it in my path or something, or make it something I gotta find. You know?
Skyrim.
What?
Skyrim did that way.
Okay.
When you do Dawnguard and when you do
Oh yeah, you know,
the Dragonborn, they find you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they shove it down your throats, but only in the organic way that everything is shoved down your throat in that
Yeah.
game. I mean, it's like I've had levels where I've tried to not have the mission to join one side or the other of the Civil War, and it's almost impossible if you ever go anywhere near a guard. You know, whichever side they're on, they'll either be like, join up on my side, or like, stay away from those guys on the other side. And it's like, well, I have the quest now.
I have no home, so I wouldn't know.
You still got parents, though, right?
A mother named Genova. She died shortly after I was born. My father...
Oh, there. Genova? Like from the Shinra building?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm getting to
Why am I talking about this?
You know, I always pictured this scene a little differently because I always figured him bursting out into what I thought was a bit more hearty of laughter was kind of uncharacteristic of Sephiroth. Him kind of losing his cool to emotion for a moment, and a mixture of kind of embarrassment and absurdity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also kind of showing that he was...
Consider yourself off duty till
that his hidden emotions were a little more on the dark side. Not that they was a necessarily evil thing to do, but more that he's a ha 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 ha, ha kind of guy than a chuckling like that. It's just how I pictured it, you know, back in the 90s. I'm not saying I'm right, you know.
Yeah, no, it's... Well, you know, when you're reading the dialogue and you're going by what actions they can present, your imagination has to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. Where do I gotta go again? Gotta come up here. It's the funnest.
They want you to go check at the inn or some shit, right? Oh no, I forgot there's the whole your house scene.
Then I stop on my mom's. Not that it matters.
Sure it does. I know I want to hear what happened.
Me too. Yeah. Go on.
You might need to move the camera.
Okay. So, I was wondering about this. Hello.
My dad died when I was a kid. So after I left for Midgard, she was on her own. It was the first time we'd seen each other in 2 years. First time. And last.
I'll be right there.
And I have a feeling that somewhat has to do with the fidelity it's presented in and it making things different. Most games, whether they're remakes or continuations of games, kind of either seem to make the choice of shying away from the edge a little bit and dulling it down in this modern fidelity, or leaning into it a little too hard and going in the other direction. And it's kind of like, you rarely ever see stuff that's stays at the same level it was before it reached a higher fidelity, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not really. You know, there's all kinds of temptations.
Of course, there are also some scenes that, like, I wonder if they would have just had play out differently if it... Like, let's say the original Final Fantasy VII was photorealistic. Do you think they would have shown some of the stuff, like Cloud getting impaled on a sword or stuff like that, when it would only make sense for it to have blood and stuff?
Yes, it would just have a different rating.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it would be. It would be.
Would have been M instead of T.
Yep.
So you think it's just trying to hit a big audience that they kept this one T instead of M?
Yep.
You don't think it would have been as much of a concern back then?
I think it would have been. I just think that's what would have happened. Because
okay.
Squaresoft did make M-rated games even back then.
Yeah, I guess I forget a lot of people like Capcom were less squeamish about it back in those days.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII was probably always going to be in the T range, so they probably would have just taken whatever they'd written for this and probably just put it in something else.
Because there are some games like Final Fantasy Tactics I think would have got a higher rating if they were a little more realistic looking. There's a lot of stabbing people in that. Just in the story scenes.
That... If Final Fantasy Tactics were photorealistic, like in the same scenario we're just using like Final Fantasy Tactics instead,
yeah.
That game without a doubt would have been released like the same way with the same story and all that other stuff. That would have had an M rating for sure. And they would have been like, this is the mature Final Fantasy, kids.
Yeah.
That's what it would have been.
A soldier.
And you are?
Richard Sanya. A humble traveler of the world. And teacher of martial arts to the youth.
Now I know this game is a nesting doll of nostalgia, but when I originally saw that they were putting more emphasis on this guy, I have to wonder, is this pure like nostalgia bait here, or are they going to do more with him in this story, do you think?
I don't know.
Pass.
Don't be shy. I have many pupils your age. At last count, 128. In fact, one of them's from this very village. Perhaps you know her. Tifa.
Sure.
Well, I may have lost the Yuffie argument, but I won the Tifa argument.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Got anything to say for
Yeah, because I used to call her Yuffie Yuffie, but I was arguing against people who called Tifa Tifa. But I won that one.
That's right.
What did they call the grandpa? I know they referred to him in this, but I can't remember what they called him. I used to call him, is it Bugenhagen or Bugenhagen or something like that?
Yeah.
What did they call him in this? I remember they said his name.
Ooh, you know what? I don't remember off the top of my head. And yeah.
Don't make any trouble for Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't remember when it is you get to go and like mess around with Tifa's stuff. Of course,
I can do that right now, I think.
Okay.
But I was gonna kind of skip over that a little bit.
No, you can do whatever you want. I just thought that's what you were looking at. But although I didn't watch it, but I saw there was a video on YouTube recently that someone was playing like music from Final Fantasy VIII on the piano as Cloud in this?
No, I think that's Tifa's house there. And I can't go in yet. It's letting me interact with this. Let's do this.
Hey, what's Midgar like? You worked out with everyone?
Just for a bit.
Could you keep up?
Oh, that's what was going on.
I thought this was gonna be like,
Yeah, I thought there was some like some proto reunion stuff going on, and
Keep them straight. Now straight.
Anything else? Is there anything back here? No.
Ever since we heard a survey team was coming.
of course, you know, I was just thinking, and maybe this is too much of a troll thing to do, but if I was gonna do like a multiverse thing with these games, you know what I might have done with the first game just to fuck with people? And kind of test the waters with what people wanted would be at least add the whole first part of it, if not the first of the game, if I was going to make them in a series. Basically be the first game playing out, but where you're playing Zack, and something leads to an event where he changes things to where you go to the normal game.
Hmm.
How you've grown.
I mean, and especially if you didn't know what was going on, just flashing to this blonde guy who acts just like him, but with a different voice actor and model and stuff, people would be like, alright, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
You're so cool. You're so cool.
Oh.
Now I can go back to hanging my laundry outside without worrying about a mom.
Oh yeah, forgot about this. I just played this like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god, I'm terrible.
So how did it feel being back up there?
I don't know. Nostalgic, I guess. After 2 years away and all that.
I don't know if this is considered spoilers, and I know I talked about this when we were playing the other one, but something I'm very curious if they're going to retcon is Cloud and Tifa not being friends when they were kids. That may sound odd with everything that's happened so far, but like, you remember that that's a revelation eventually, and Tifa's kind of on the spot about it.
Yeah.
And like, it's something she kind of doesn't quite remember just because she kind of views everything through rose-tinted glasses, kind of like Cloud does.
Yeah.
But like, that he was just outside of their group. They knew who he was because he was another kid in town, but you know, like, he wasn't one of her friends when they were growing up.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that kind of goes into why Cloud acts the way he does and stuff. He's never good enough, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, I know now he's at a point of his life where Tifa's desperate for his help, and he's like trying to be the cool guy at the same time, but like...
Huh? You went to my place?
I figured you might be there.
Wait a second. You two were neighbors?
We were, but it's not like we hung out that much.
We had our reasons.
Our reasons, huh? Bet most of them had to do with you.
You know, when seeing you navigate some of these classic buildings without seeing an overhead map of them oddly set out like these buildings really are.
Did you actually play it?
Thought about it, but no.
And I'm not gonna fuck with it, although that is something that I'll be coming back to, I'm sure. I bet there's pianos throughout the whole fucking game.
They going Final Fantasy V on you?
You know what? I wonder if I still have...
Oh, the sheet music. Well, it's hard to tell because, well, I guess you it should show you. I was thinking, would it be here, like, since this is the past, but it's where you get it. So
I don't see it.
it is hard to tell where that kind of stuff is stored. It's not like I could look up what music discs I had. I had to go to a jukebox. Maybe I could have looked up in a way I wasn't realizing.
Maybe. Probably if I interacted with the piano, it would have come up. But I'm just gonna move on.
Anyone remember Parasite Eve?
Oh, I'll be telling everyone how I welcome the great Sephiroth to town till the day I die.
Is that Tifa's dad?
It's the mayor. Yeah, I think so. 'Cause he was the mayor, wasn't he?
But he was a skinny guy originally, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. I might be confusing with the guy who took the photo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a couple people from Nibelheim that I just... That's another one I'm glad I pronounced right. I don't remember who it was who was really arguing with that about that one, but like... It's like, no, that's how European towns are pronounced.
This landscape. I could swear I've seen it before.
You okay?
Big day tomorrow. We'll be leaving bright and early.
His eyes are different, and I was wondering if he still had the cat eyes, and he does, but they're
Will do.
a little different than they are when he's extra evil and stuff.
Night.
It's like I have to take 3 showers wearing, leather all day, every day.
I tried, but I couldn't get to sleep that night. I was too excited, too nervous.
It was pretty much the same for me. Why?
Yeah, I was surprised too.
You know what happened the last time she went up there? Years ago. She's old enough to make her own decisions now.
Oh wait, is that the guy he's arguing with? Is that her dad? The guy the mayor is arguing with? Look,
Oh,
that guy. Is that her
yeah,
dad?
maybe.
We leave
Probably.
once our guide arrives.
Because it's like, I'm trying to remember his model getting stabbed by Sephiroth. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, okay.
And again, we just played this like 2 weeks ago. We are fucking awful. We're old people.
Still back out. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, it makes me think of, my memory is too good right now.
There'll be 2 soldiers with me. I'll be fine.
Pumpkin.
Good morning, sir. I'll be your guide for the day.
Tifa? You're our guide?
I sure am.
You know,
can ask anyone
I'm
around
thinking
here.
about the part in the Northern Crater when Sephiroth is revealing the truth to Cloud. And I really like that in fiction, when the weapon of the villain is truth. You know what I mean? It's got this kind of sinister nature that the audience doesn't expect. You know what I mean? Because, like, think of the first time you got to that scene where you're like, he's got to be lying a little bit here.
Yeah.
But it's like, no.
Come on. Where's the harm in that? There? Thanks.
Say cheese.
Sounds like you were having a good time.
Do you have any idea what the level cap in this one is?
I do not.
Okay. I was just thinking of, if you start so high level, it's gonna get crazy by the third one unless it's a low,
Halfway up Mount Nebo.
like, rate of experience growth.
Forward to reaching that crisp, clean
Because, I mean,
mountain air.
only going up 20 levels in this one would feel a little anticlimactic, wouldn't it?
I could see it going to like capping at 70 or 80.
Yeah. That sounds about right, but then, where would 3 cap at? About 120?
Probably at 100. Because it seems like they're doing it in quarters or thirds. And then the next game will start at like 50 or something. You know? Because at 50, that's a good chunk through disc 2 if you're grinding it out.
Well, I know that, like, if you go into the Northern Crater to beat it, and you're approximately level 60, you know, more or less, that's the level that, like, yes, you can do it without either a crunch or blowing through it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'd say 55 to 65, you know what I mean? A little lower than that, it's gonna get rough. A little higher than that, you're gonna start blowing stuff away, you know? Of course, it's funny, when I was young and impatient, it seemed like it took forever to level up. And nowadays, I'm like, I'm gonna try to run through it a little low level. I'm like, man, how can I stop leveling? You know what I mean?
Though you do learn stuff on them.
That's so cool.
Because when I ran through it for the stream relatively recently, the old one, like, I was kind of doing some stuff at the end, and I realized if I don't stop, I'm going to be unreasonably powerful for Sephiroth, so I was just like, alright, let's get these limit breaks and get down there.
That's how I get over 'em.
Everything okay? Not going too fast for you, am I?
Of course not.
But you know, 7 was one of the first games that ever made me question how much treasure really should there be in the last dungeon. And the only reason it came up in 7 is there's materia that you can only get in the last dungeon. But to get that anywhere, you have to put so much AP into it that I guess you have to go in, and whether you grind there or out, you have to go and get it, then make it good, then use it. You know what I mean? It's like, it kind of invites a whole nother level of grinding, and kind of asks why. And part of the reason I questioned it also is the first time I beat Sephiroth. Oh, hey. Oh, I thought he was going to be harder than Emerald and Ruby weapon, and I was still trying to get strong enough to beat them.
Seen those near the village, and they're not
Sure.
nice. What do you think?
I think I got this.
Then they're all yours.
Copy that.
If I remember correctly, I don't know how to pronounce the town name, but it's like Gagangia or something like that, but the town that Zack's from, in the original game, that's where you ran into these guys originally, right? Weren't they an early enemy that could put stop on you and was dangerous?
I don't remember when you run into them at first.
Okay.
If this is how it's going to be, it doesn't seem
Although-
much point in me fighting.
Because I feel like there's two paths. One leads to the reactor, and there's like those dino, like, they're like monster trucks, but with a dinosaur on front. And then if you go the other way, it's groups of little flies, or that plant that keeps getting bigger and bigger and starts doing really bad status effects, or two of those guys, and they'll put stop on you and do like some attack that, like, they have some lethal attacks, but they also have like an attack that is percentage of your hit points based, I think. I think they'll do sleep and silence, maybe? I feel like they use spider web.
Piece of cake.
They're one of those enemies that, like, kind of like the plant that grows out, that they're a little dangerous for the time.
Come on, soldier. You can do better than that, can't you?
Just you watch.
I'd say these look different than I thought they would.
There we go. Alright.
How differently does he can fight than Zack?
So
I was
they're very similar. They're just different animations.
I was just wondering.
Oh, but Cloud has the Punisher thing in this one. Zack didn't have that.
What did he have?
He didn't have anything. No, he had a charge combo thing that he did.
I was just wondering if you're literally playing Zack here, but
Not exactly.
okay.
Again, it's very similar, but not the same.
Because I just had a thought of like, is this how Cloud's going to control through the whole game, or is this just memory Cloud? You know, I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing one way or the other. It's just a thought.
Their fighting styles. Okay, again, mechanically, they operate the same.
Yeah.
But looking at it, the animations are all different. Like,
Okay.
because Cloud just uses the sword. Zack was throwing in punches and kicks,
Oh
too.
yeah.
So,
Well, I'm just wondering. Well, stuff like him not jumping up to attack things, stuff like that.
yeah.
Like, I just wonder if that will carry over to the whole game, or if that's like unexperienced. The way I remember Zack killing these monsters, Cloud. You know what I mean? Seem to have a little less tracking than in the other game.
I didn't have him targeted.
Well, but like, Cloud seems like he's a little less inclined to move forward, but I guess you also have wind slashes going on, don't you?
Yeah, he has a... He does have a long-range attack in this one. Which...
Does that make it feel more or less active?
That's a tough one to say.
There's something really funny about Sephiroth just hanging out over there letting you do your thing.
We still have a long way to go.
Shall we pick up the pace?
Not unless we absolutely have to. Our guide might not be so lucky next time.
Then, how about I go on ahead and clear the way for you guys? I'll be careful.
You better.
Cool. See you at the reactor.
Do you even have anything worth changing out?
What was the part that aggravated you the most whenever you're trying to go to the menu in the last game?
I remember there being a thing, but I don't remember what it was.
You won't go to the stupid menu if you're, like, too close to a cutscene.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember I just kept trying to do that.
Oh no,
yeah.
he starts at level 40.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's part of what we asked it earlier. Seeing in the past Cloud be level 40.
You know, I hadn't paid attention to that, but I thought they were going to start at like 25.
Well, that's part of the reason I'm asking. What do you think the deal is going to be with actual Cloud? Because, for one thing, in the original game, the Cloud they gave you was a totally different Cloud, like in every way. Kind of like in Final Fantasy Tactics, when like here's the guest version. Now here we give you an actual version of him. You know, it's like, too bad you learned that other stuff with the guest version. But it was also, if you remember, a level 1 version of Cloud. it was a weaker, not a stronger version.
Can't do.
But I don't
summons
know
in
if
the
he's.
past.
I don't
Okay.
know if him being level 40 is supposed to represent things that we're supposed to already know at this point, like the fact that, you know, a soldier who was going on missions with Sephiroth wouldn't be that low level. But that's not high enough level to beat a Shinra soldier, let alone be a Shinra soldier.
Yeah.
Only people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about.
Let's finish high. Piece of cake.
You're gonna heal a little bit at some point.
Oh. Oh wait, I forgot.
You say you have healing spells, right?
Yeah, I'm not using much magic. That's a good call. Good call. I'll go ahead and hit again. Yeah.
What do you prefer, a recharging small pool, or you have to fill it in some other kind of way, whether with items or resting big pool of magic points?
Now we're talking.
It depends. If I'm playing something like the Elder Scrolls, I prefer how it does it, where I can it recharges, because I kind of want to keep the adventure going. But you know, there are games like, you know, Final Fantasy where magic has to be a little more tactful, and that's, you know, that's. Ooh. Ooh, got me.
Let's finish this. Gotta say, that one felt pretty
Damn.
good.
I'm good for now. Potions.
I find it a little odd that they made this one of the, you know, I guess they made this remake one of the ones where items are abstracted the way they are, just because 7 was one of the few Final Fantasy games where they got really detailed with what kind of item you're picking up. You know, is it a bottle? Is it a bag? Is it a box? Is it a materia? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a dead end.
Because, like,
Rockslide took out the
I'd
bridge
say
a while ago.
Final Fantasy IX is on the other end of the spectrum where most items are invisible on the ground. You know. Oh wow, I didn't even see that cave.
But I figured no one did.
This
Is it weird that I don't think that that
gotta make a detour
was
to
narrow
Shino's
enough they
facility.
needed to touch it as they went through?
Hmm?
I kind of felt that animation weird for going through that. Like, I've gone through areas like that in cliffs, and I don't do this while I'm doing it. I just kind of do this. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
doing it the weird way. I don't know.
I think you are.
Okay,
I think you're the only one doing it that way.
that makes sense.
Nah, you know, there's always some sort of oddball stuff in these games, and when you do transitions like that.
Oh, there you go.
I was gonna say, due to the glare that's coming from behind me, as you can see, when the screen goes just black or really dark, it's super hard to tell what I'm supposed to be doing or where I'm supposed to be
So
going.
you saw that item over there, right?
Oh, no, I did not.
Go to the end of the hall.
Oh.
Some kind of materia. No, I remember what you're talking about trying to get into the menu now. I had to like push it like 8 times next to a cutscene and be like, let me in! Let me in!
Let's see here. Level boost.
Oh. It's maxed out. You don't usually find mastered materia.
Because it only has 1 level. Huh. Okay. That's cool. Hold up. What we got here?
So you have 2 more slots, don't you?
It needs to be linked.
Oh, so wait, does it make it fire 2 instead of fire 1?
Makes Cura instead of just Cure.
Well, okay, yeah. Interesting. I thought it was more like experience up.
No.
Interesting. It makes me wonder. Now I'm wondering the meta of that material already. It's like kind of somewhere between, alright, what's the worst thing to put it on? What's the best thing to put it on? What's the most practical thing to put it on? You know what I mean? Like, what's the thing that it's like, no, I'm just running through the game, I'm going to throw it on this, that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you know, 20 years from now when you play this game for the, like, 8th time, that's what you're going to do.
I will say with material like that, that seems very interesting. I don't remember if that was in the demo. You know, it probably was.
Actually, yeah, I think I remember coming into the room when you were fighting this guy because I had gone up to go do something. Was there any stealing equipment in the first one? There wasn't, was there? It was all like other kinds of items. Right? Or was there stealing equipment? I guess I stole that staff off that one guy, didn't I? Or did you just get it for beating him?
There was a staff you got for beating someone. I don't remember one for stealing.
Was it for beating that like horse Dullahan guy? You know, I was thinking about how just unoften enemies were tanky in the original Final Fantasy VII, and part of the reason I say that is like, I have this weird feeling that we're gonna get a 8 remake one of these days, and everything's gonna die really fast in it. I only say that because that was like the deal with that one, is everything was tanky in that one. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, they expected you to master their weirdest shit magic system.
Oh yeah.
Within like the first 20 minutes of gameplay. Ooh.
Time to get serious.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
This ends here.
I want you to die.
I have to say that I prefer limit breaks being harder to build up, but being able to decide what battle you use them in.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like banking all of my limits before the last fight.
Well, I also like being able to use them on tedious but inconsequential enemies. Like, if I could have saved them up and unleashed them on those, like, you know those kind of thick, low-sitting, four-legged, like, robots that would shoot a little thing that gave it a force field?
Yeah.
I would have used limit breaks on those.
Did I just come
random
out?
enemies.
Did I just get turned around?
Yes, you did.
God damn it. I'm angry. Nah, I'm just dumb as hell.
Dude.
I'm old and enfeebled and confused easily.
The reactor may have been around for a while, but there are still pockets of Mako gas all over the mountain. You don't want to breathe it in if you can. Don't want to get Mako poisoning.
Nah, this is right. Gotta find.
Oh yeah, you need the vacuum cleaner. I remember this. I need to go plug it in first, though. It's L2.
Oh, LT, okay. It's like, what's going on here? Like I said, the glare behind me, it's hard to...
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%.
It's weird or something about this feel very PlayStation 2.
Mako gas levels
Something about the
reduced
cord
by
and the physics of the way this moves around. I'm not saying necessarily graphically, just more like this feels like something they would have made you do back then just because it's like, look what we can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was there less stuff to sweep up than there was in the in the demo?
No, there's another spot where we have to do this.
Ah, okay.
And I think with that one,
Oh,
I have
you
to
do
do it
that.
with two. Here, do it with two machines.
Good.
Oop.
Come on.
Just thinking about crossing that thing.
Then let me go first.
Hey, I'm the guide here.
Of course, here's another thing I want to know canonically about the Final Fantasy VII world. Maybe it was Shinra and they were like, let's just put everything back together. I don't know, but like, if people keep falling off this bridge, and by the time that this mountain's just a huge monster nest, who's maintaining this bridge at this point where you can come in the present and just walk across it?
No one is. It's just a magical bridge now.
What are you?
I didn't hear it clear enough, but I was wondering if that was Cloud's voice actor that yelled that.
It sounded like it to me.
You know what the twist will be in this one?
Right. What?
You know what the twist will be in this one?
Huh?
It wasn't Cloud, it was someone else.
Ah. Now I want to. Now I long for the long cutscene that explains their like tragic backstory. Have we gotten any
Fate's hands now.
in the world that the Cloud you play comes from? Have we gotten any direct references or confirmations of the existence of Zack?
Yeah. Following the river
In these
she goes
games?
back to the
Yes, in these games, in Cloud's timeline,
Can you get us to the reactor?
have there been any direct references to or like acknowledgments of Zack at all?
I think there were flashes of him in the last game when Eris talks about him.
Well,
Okay.
we certainly can't send you back alone. You'll be safer with us.
As I say, I know there were plenty of flashes of him, but
I'll be joining you up front this time. For your performance review.
You kidding me?
Good luck.
So I found game short codes a long time ago to add Sephiroth to the party where it just turns one of the sprites into Sephiroth whenever you go in the battle. Or models or whatever. And I was like, oh cool, I'll get to control him. Nope.
so he's invincible also, right?
Yep. I had a save file once where it was, I had 3 Sephiroths in the party. Just ran through the game like that. It was pretty funny.
I guess there are no battles it forces you to lose, are there?
Yeah.
Can Sephiroth be, what's it called? Ejected from battle? Like X-zoned or whatever? Like if the Midgarzalm smacks him with his tail, does that work?
You know, I didn't try that.
Okay.
I messed around with it for like 20 minutes.
Ah, okay.
when I got it to work, when I had the codes in and it was doing its thing, I just ran around for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe an hour, just kind of killing stuff. Just being super disappointed that I wasn't the one actually controlling it.
Ah.
And I pointed this out when we played the demo. I'm gonna point it out now. The fuck puts a bench up here?
Shinra employees.
Off you go.
Because, you know, what Scarlet doesn't see, she doesn't step on your balls for. Hey, wait a minute. No, you don't. It's like, I saw Cloud was in the battle with you. Can you control Cloud? But I bet not. No. I meant Cloud.
Oh. That's pretty good.
More Mako gas ahead.
There's no way around it either. You just have to go through. Let's not waste any time. Mako, this thing is dangerous.
You know, something I've wondered and somewhat assumed somewhat about is, like, being part Genova so inherently, do you think that, makes Sephiroth resistant or immune to Mako poisoning since you can just absorb life energy?
I don't know.
So that's gonna be outside, right?
Yeah, it is. Hold up. It turned me around. I blame the game.
That looks like the way you need to go. I guess maybe not, but... Like, I saw, somewhere around, some direction. Yeah, there it is. I saw that the green spike, which I'm pretty sure means magic material.
Yes.
This game's like there's no good place to put a camera. I know you got it basically in the best place.
This is as good as it gets. Nah, again, I blame the...
Wait. There's something that I don't understand about the empowerment materia. What is it? It's really vague on what it does for you if you, like, mix it with an attacking materia. At present, you will get him on a permanent party member.
There we go.
Mako Spring. That's beautiful.
Yeah, but if we keep using Mako to power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Naturally formed materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have
Of course,
taken
you know.
eternity.
I've always wondered,
Well,
how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier? To put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
I know someone who'd be livid to hear you call it weird, or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what he'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo, from Research and Development. His predecessor was a great man, but him... he is anything but. We should press on.
but we were contemplating materia at one point, and here's my big question I've had for a long time that I kind of forgot last time. Let's say this huge material crystal here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that one super powerful materia, or if you cut it into chunks, would they all be different powers, or would they be lesser versions of the original? Would they be the same potency? You know, like...
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because, I mean, the natural material you find... Like, when you find Mimic, it's a, like, quartz crystal-shaped, like, little chunk. Do your characters put it in a tumbler so they can fit it in their weapons? Do they grind it down to a circle, you know? Like, do they just wedge that in there? I'm kind of wondering how hard materia is. Is it a soft crystal? Is it kind of waxy? Is it one of those, like, really dense ones? Like, can you use it to cut glass?
I always assumed that it was kind of like a... I don't know, like a heavy glass.
I I picture it being more kind of like a clear soapstone, but that's just kind of like what I do when I don't think about it. When I tend to think about it, I'm like, it's probably actually rather hard. It's so clear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stand back.
Of course, something, and it would be a big enough change in the world to kind of make it feel different, so I understand why they didn't really go into that in this. But even though when people talk about materia being really commonplace, that's not something that's ever really borne out in the world. You never see people like cooking with the fire spell or, you know, basically using magic for anything. It's mentioned a couple times, like in that like letter to Tifa you find in the piano like late in the game from her master. He talks about using the cure spell on her, but you know, it's like, well, you know what I mean. It's a very normal world that despite like magic you can go and buy it at Walmart. You know what I mean?
It, you know, yeah, it does kind of feel like it's presented like this modern convenience that's in every home, but it's just like, is it though?
Yeah.
Or, you know what, maybe this world's kind of like Enchanted, where they just figured out technology just does it better than magic.
Let's hurry.
Was that Enchanted? Is that movie was called, that Pixar movie?
Oh. That sounds right. I know which one you're talking about. What with the, like, van trip to, like, necromancy their dad or whatever?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a cheeky map. So should have you got down that way? Since it was just a little way?
I guess so. Well, I wonder what's down here.
Cloudson's like, then I made Sephiroth walk back so I could check for treasure. They're like, we're waiting.
You want to go this way, Cloud. Hurry the hell up.
Yeah.
That was so fucking ridiculous. I was gonna check what that was, but... Okay.
They're like, whatever, Cloud. We're just getting up here.
My God, Sephiroth, I didn't know you knew instant transmission.
Yep.
Not again.
Think it could swallow you? I guess that wasn't a thing in 7, was it? I remember you fought Zeus somewhere, but I can't remember where. Did you fight Zeus in 7? That might be one that didn't have them.
You fought something like them. Because there's usually rocks. And they're usually the same model or sprite. Just with color swaps.
Oh, Regan, huh?
I won't let you down.
Is he hitting that hard, or is he using, like, whatchamacallit, percentage-based attacks?
I think he's just hitting that hard. Also, I keep getting hit by him. Oh. Hmm.
Like, surely Claude switch things up and learn lots of abilities.
Ah.
Ooh. Huh. I wonder if that was an intentional strategy that it has, or like, if that was coincidental. You know, hiding in its own tornado.
I'm going to venture that was coincidental. I'm gonna venture that.
Ooh, a materia. No, it's up on the thing. Like, look up on where you're supposed to be going. No, like over to the right. See up there? That purple materia? Right behind Cloud's head.
Oh, okay.
It's up there.
Ah, here we go.
Not sure how you're supposed to get up there, but...
Not by doing that. Ah, it's just in your way.
Yep.
I'm gonna see what some of these are that I've gotten. Let's see here.
Ah.
Yes.
They gave you the one early.
Let's just get it out of the way. If this is the only one in this whole game, I'm going to be very upset. 100 plus hours on one magnify. Fuck you, game. And this one, okay. Let's see here.
Hey, have you even been using SS?
No, I have not. So here's what we're gonna do. Wait. Dope. I did that wrong. There it is. I was looking right at it.
You put on the other magic one?
Yep. There we go. Got a boosted fire, and I can cure all.
Somehow, in a way, there's a lot of things that feel different about this game, but when you're like, I guess setting yourself up, something that really feels different is just the fact that materia doesn't affect your stats. They're like, you know, it's like kind of, why not throw all the elements on them, you know?
Yeah. I wonder if Master Materia will be a thing in this one, or if that'll just be in the next one.
Well, depends on if it's handled the same way, and when they make you get the giant materia, or huge materia, or whatever.
You know what? That'll probably be a way for them to just have, like, low slot items early game, but still let you use spells, maybe?
Mm.
It'll just be a thing they give you. That would...
Part of the reason I'm curious how they'll handle it is how you made them originally and how it was across the whole story build-up. You know, it's like...
yeah.
You know, without one continuous inventory, how do you, like, I guess, make it not only something that's, I guess, a power investment, but also a sacrifice? You know, you have to be like, yes, I'm making it to where only one person can have all of these spells. You know, it's not just one person gets all these spells. It's like nobody else can use these spells.
Oh, you know what? Looking right at him. Can I? Yep.
I did start to say something. I was like, no, he decided not to get those boxes.
Ah, here we go. Where are they at? Here's this one.
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%.
Okay, I thought I could unplug that or something.
Why is he giving you a prompt then?
Asking me like I know things.
Oh wait, is that a materia down there?
Down where?
Like, go over here now, look to the left. Like...
Man, good eye.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, how the hell is he gonna get over there? But I guess it was just a hop and a skip. Comet? Wow.
What? What?
They're either giving you stuff to be like, you don't feel that bad about losing your inventory, or you're about to lose a lot of stuff you're getting.
That's crazy. Comet materia? Good catch, by the way.
Do you have to open that door and bring it through the other side? No, I guess you need to open the door. Right?
Yeah, that's right. I was sitting here trying to like, what in the fuck am I supposed to do? How do we open the door? Here, open if I just bring it over. Sometimes things are that simple. Oh, no, there's a thing. There's a prompt. I see it now.
So, is the stink of Mako, is that like, ugh, there's soul stink of here?
Smells of retirees and denture cream.
Mako gas levels reduced by 70%. No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
This is a pretty wild piece of, like, cleaning equipment.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck came up with this? How did they come up with that?
Someone who is like, deal with the problem without having us to remake any buildings.
Systems nominal. Elevator in operation.
Oh. I'm glad I got that clarified.
Guess it makes me want, because I was thinking about, where is it storing it, but it probably has a Mako condenser in it. Probably cleans up enough and starts making little materia shards.
I think maybe it draws enough in to power itself. Well, no, it's got to be plugged in.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, as far as souls expended versus soul absorbed and recycled, it's quite inefficient. I mean, for all I know, it doesn't even bring it to the point of crystallization, because condensing it, if you condense souls enough before you even get to the high pressure that it takes to make Mako, like under artificial conditions, it goes to a liquid form. It probably just condenses it from a gas to a liquid. Which would actually still save quite a bit of space, but be, yet again, rather inefficient.
Oh. I was thinking that was a ladder I could kick down.
One of the interesting things about that car commercial in the original game is that it literally shows you how they're using up the life of the planet. Because within it shows how Mako combustion engines work, and whenever you see it, what they're doing is they're taking drops made out of condensed souls and burning them for each turn of the engine.
Yeah.
So it's like it's that wasteful. Like it produces energy good, but it's not the most efficient use of spiritual life force.
I think this is where we left off on the demo, because it took me forever to get through the demo. Or it took me an hour to get this far into the demo. Which... Oh. An hour and a half in. Guess it took me longer to get this far. I didn't feel like it.
Well, there was more at the beginning.
It's true.
Of course, there's stuff like this that makes me wonder, like, is this, boss from the present gonna be in the present? Or, are you gonna fight him again then? Or is this instead of that? Because remember, this is the boss you had to fight to get out to the map area where you could reach Rocket Town. You did fight it in the Nibel mines.
Oh.
Crazy creatures on this.
Oh shit. Did that cancel what you were doing?
Yes.
It did not take your magic points.
But it did take my...
Yeah. Yeah, your ATV was used up.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good thing they dispatched us.
Finally, something worthy of a soldier.
Try to keep your guard up.
I'm getting worked here. I wonder if I just can't use that stupid spell.
Does he stop you from doing any spells? Does he always have a counter for it?
Not that I've seen.
Try to cast another spell with Sephiroth. Notice that didn't kill Cloud. Maybe it will at the end of it. Maybe he can't finish you until it's done.
Uh-oh.
So you can knock him down with Sephiroth. See, he has raised. Does he have raised too? Yep.
Pretty mobile.
Till we knock it down.
Good thing I don't just sword. Go for the legs.
Take out its legs. Now.
Sephiroth, take the lead. Stand back.
He was super close to staggered. So yeah. I figured, yeah. That's what I figured would happen.
Say you have a limit with Cloud.
Okay. I was curious about something.
It's all you. Stand back. I got you. Damn it! Not again.
Get it together.
Stand back.
You're practically panting.
I'm excited.
Such a puppy.
Don't like the looks of this.
Stay alert. Follow my lead.
You want to do the command menu stuff, right?
Oh yeah. There it is.
Stand back. Can't go near the Mako.
Get me out of here.
Shouldn't be too hard. Hold still.
I'm gonna throw out a group heal with Sephiroth.
And that would be with Cloud.
Maybe he does block all your spells. Never mind.
Watch the gas.
And he got it off. He did attack you for doing it, but you got it off.
Man, I can't seem to dodge anything that he does.
Or was it time for a synergy attack? Do they need a combined higher total?
We fight as a team.
God damn it.
Cloud got hit before he got his hit points back. And he came to life with the damage.
I got this.
No, fuck you. I'm getting this off. Wow. Well, that did deal a good chunk of damage. It was not what I was expecting for what I had to go through to get it off.
Take the lead.
Take it from here.
I think we still have to anime kill this thing.
Nice work.
Okay, hold up. Maybe I'm missing something here, but everything you've said makes Sephiroth sound like a stand-up guy.
Well, he was.
And now he's pure evil, trying to kill everyone on the planet. Help me understand this shit.
I don't know. Working retail a couple of years. That's what happened. Sephiroth got a job in retailer service industry. It was like, humanity is not worth saving.
Is it because Shinra was like, well, we steal people weapons, but war itself isn't profitable anymore, have a desk job.
You wait out here, Tifa.
No way! I want to go too. Please?
Sorry, no civilians. Even if we weren't on a mission.
Come on!
Keep the young lady safe.
Carry on.
Ugh. You better keep me safe.
Let's see if there's anything. I don't think so. That seems super random to be up here. Oh. No, never mind. I didn't realize it was an axle. I thought it was like a barbell or something.
Didn't expect it to be all systems go.
You'd think it'd be running everything stealthily, like most last-gen models.
And let me guess, villagers don't have a clue about this.
No like Shinra? Of course not.
The company really needs to be more transparent.
Tell that to the president.
What exactly is the problem in this place?
The people in charge. Under the jurisdiction of urban planning, this one is overseen by R&D.
Alright,
You know,
why do I suddenly have a bad feeling about this?
I was thinking about, despite all the shady stuff that, Shinra did in Nibelheim, unlike a lot of places and people's backstories, they themselves didn't directly burn the town down like they did, like, Coral. You know, like, pretty much everywhere else it's like, and then it blew up, or, and then Shinra came in and shot everyone and burned their corpses. It's like, Here they covered stuff up, but they didn't do it. I only say that because I tend to think of it as just another town that they burnt down for no good reason, but I was like, oh, wait a minute.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words to your sword first? Hojo, you are really something.
What are those things? Genova? Wasn't that...
Okay. I'm gonna interject something real quick. Given how Shinra operates, they knew what was here. And they sent the absolute worst person possible to go deal with it.
I don't think, for the most part, Shinra knew what was going on here. I think this is, Hojo using his clout to do things behind their back. Because unlike Gast, he's very much not upfront about what he does and only says what he has to. And think of how much free reign the original President Shinra gave Hojo.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like, you're as good as Gast, right? He's like, yes! And he's like, okay. Because, I mean, I have a feeling that, like, no one, would have, even the main characters would have known how, Gast being found and Eris being captured went down if it wasn't for those, video recordings that show it, that you can watch. You know what I mean? Think about it, Hojo could have been like, nah, we had to shoot him. And they wouldn't have asked the soldiers, they would have just asked Hojo.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, that was my take. I'm not saying that's what's going on. I mean, there's a very good chance you're just right, that they're just, it's a horrible oversight. Part of the reason I've always thought that is, I always thought this little part of the facility was very Hojo and not very Shinra. I mean, think about it. It's not very Shinra to put Genova up on the top like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a little temple or something. I mean, think of how weird it is to have the whole, fake version of her in front of it. I've long wondered, was Hojo talking to her? Is that, an interface so that he could talk to her or something? It's very unexplained. It's what's the deal with it? I mean, I know it makes for a very dramatic scene, but you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like...
Yeah.
Was created the same way? Am I the same as these monsters?
Sephiroth.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different, that I was special, but not like this. Not like this. Am I even human?
Eventually, we went back to the inn. But when we got there, Sephiroth locked himself in his room.
The mayor had been looking forward to having dinner with bona fide soldiers, so he didn't take the news too well. Dad had to put up with his belly aching for hours afterward.
Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
He left. Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
And he acted like I wasn't even there. Busy, I suppose. Haven't heard anything about the reactor either. What happened up there anyway?
Ah, since he's here to talk to.
He's holed up inside the mansion.
Something's been off ever since he came back from the reactor.
Damn beat. No reason for you to be burning the midnight Mako either. Go get some sugar.
I didn't know if it was going to give me a...
Listen, you have a marker on the map, don't you?
Do I? Oh, okay.
If you're looking for Sephiroth, I saw him.
NPCs are so much more helpful than they used to be.
Remember when they used to just, like, get in your way, and you had to sit there and keep nudging on them until they moved?
I was gonna say, if this was the 80s, that guy would have been like, get Nintendo Power.
I mean, the whole place is pitch black. You think he's sleeping or something?
What if he's needs our help? Then, the little Mako person isn't gonna hurt a living legend.
Still want to know what they call dorky faces in this version. And if they're confused, it's as devastating as it was in the original. So remember, this is about the point of the game when you're strong enough to kill your own party members in a single blow.
Took a look around the place, but Sephiroth was nowhere to be seen.
No, he was hiding in the Batman closet. I don't remember. Does this lead down to the same place it led in? I guess a different way went down there, but...
I was gonna say it was a stairway that led, well, a rampway that led down.
I'm
And it
just
was behind
wondering-
like a secret door.
I'm just wondering if you can see the Vincent door. Like, is that what that is? I meant the one you were looking at, just over there, but... 'Cause that's about where maybe it would be? I mean, I'm not sure how different this place is. Yeah, okay, Sephiroth's right over there. So yeah, that would be it. That should be it. I mean, you shouldn't be able to get in there yet, because you'll need the key from that safe with the secret boss in it, but...
The door is locked.
Because remember that one where, like, you had to turn it this way, then that way, then this way, and then that way, and then that way again?
Oh god, you know what? I always used a guide to get the combination.
In this most recent run, I had to go and look at all the clues.
There are just like a handful of times in games where I just like, I don't give a fuck. I just grab the guide, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. That and like the Earthbound trade quest. I always just break out a guide like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? What do I need to have?
Genova. MEGL 77-1977. Genova. Verified as an ancient. MEGL 9/13/1977. Genova project approved. So, they named the life form Genova. And once they understood what she was...
Well, there are some things, like the idea of Genova being an ancient specifically and stuff, that I wonder if they got from Genova.
Leave me be.
And that was it. He stayed holed up in the basement. Reading.
Part of the reason I wonder is Genova is its name. That's what, like, the ancients refer to it as and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably just told Gast, yeah, I'm an ancient.
Yeah.
You believe that, right?
We got Genova. A locked reactor door. With the name of Sephiroth's mother and ancients. Screw it.
This is music from the City of the Ancients, isn't it? So this right now is music from the City of the Ancients, isn't it?
Ooh, I don't remember.
Cloud. I've come across the most fascinating passage. The specimen found in strata dating back 2,000 years. Smile with what could only be described as ethereal grace. Though the truth eluded me at first, I later determined that she was an ancient, or a steward of the planet, as they are referred to in legend. She needed a name, and so I dubbed her Genova. The Genova project was approved soon after. A bold initiative to resurrect the long-dead ancients. An initiative that resulted in my conception. Or rather, my creation. The crowning glory of Professor Gast's wondrous experiment.
He created you?
I think his eyes changed there. Yeah.
should go. Mother is waiting.
Hey! Hey, hold on! I keep asking myself, why couldn't I have come to sooner? If I had, maybe I could have saved the village. Or tried, at least.
But then you wouldn't be alive today, Cloud. Or Zack, or who the fuck ever.
Wow, that's a lot more survivors than were in the original game. Well, no go back talking to those people again.
Oh, it was him, all right. And he's still here. So keep your eyes peeled. God, get your head straight. I need you to secure the way out. Now! Yes, sir!
Sephiroth? But he... Why would he...
Good thing we have the subtitles, or I'd be missing some of these screams of anguish.
I'm coming.
Okay, so I guess we gotta go back this way.
So on the box, was it like the most limping in a Squaresoft game ever?
You know, I will have to double check, but I am sure that is on there.
To me, or in this, it seemed more like he's just attacking everybody who's in his way, as opposed to going out of his way to kill all humans.
It does kind of make the mission statement a little less believable, I guess. Now you could leap forward like that, you can't walk straight. Screw you, Cloud. Screw you.
Please be okay.
That was definitely the same voice actor.
Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
You're gonna be okay. Don't worry. I got you. Come on, let's get you up.
No. That seems like such a waste to kill the one guy and then just be like, nah, the other guy's dead enough.
Well, if you think about it, the person who's crawling towards Cloud right now has already been, or Sephiroth right now has already been attacked by him.
Sephiroth! You sick son of a bitch! Let's burn up! Drop the door!
Why aren't they shooting?
Yeah.
It seems like they should be shooting. Just saying. Bro, he has given you every chance in the world to aim and shoot, and you are not
Yeah, I remember when you're in that situation, you can at least blow the guy's dick off.
I mean, could have kneecapped him. He could have anything. He could have anything. It's like they could see Cloud behind him crawling in and think, oh no, Cloud's got this.
I was just more thinking, I wonder how long, or if it's already, I've missed it, that voice line ending up in animation.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, and I know this is past, you know, super possessed Sephiroth and all that stuff, but like, I'm not saying there's no Genova peeks out of the meta Sephiroth that's been messing with you, but like, he seems the least Genova-y of the Sephiroths so far, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? A little less manipulated. I could be wrong about that, but like, I mean, right there, they really emphasize just how much this one is corrupted. You know what I mean? Because he just smiled at you twice there. Once as Genova, once as Sephiroth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was Sephiroth, wasn't it?
And like,
Didn't he?
you know what I mean about how like the Sephiroth you fought at Beyond Reality, he has more kind of like an exasperation with everything going on and kind of a different personality.
Yeah.
Sick of this. I'm sick of all of this.
I don't remember, is that statue even in this version? I know we saw this scene, I just don't remember.
No, we didn't get to this in the
didn't get to
demo.
this? Okay.
You burned You promised you'd save me. If I was ever trapped or in trouble.
I have cure materia on me. Would that work?
Here I am, your son.
Nope.
Mother, together we will reclaim our world. And I know exactly how we can do that. The Promised Land.
Sephiroth!
I mean, if there's anything they could have over-explained the ambiguous shit like this statue. Come on.
Come again.
I know that it looks like her final
The ones who
form,
robbed you of the
like
planet.
with the things coming up to the side and stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
But there's no need to be sad, Mother. Because I'm here for you. Now and forever.
I mean, it looks mechanical and like it might move and stuff, right?
I mean, it didn't have all that wiring and tubing running to it for nothing.
Yeah.